Hey everyone, welcome back to What Next? And this week is going to be part one of a four-part series that I want to do on Pauly Shore movies. Now, if you guys don't know who Pauly Shore is, please go do your research and then come on back to me on this one. For those of you who have, I'm going to go ahead and go over probably four of the biggest hits he had throughout the 90s. We'll see. So we're going to start with this one, 1992. Encino Man. So for those of you who haven't seen it, again, do yourself a favor, go ahead and watch this one, and then come on back and let me know what you think. For those of us who have seen this, let's jump right into it. So, and then bear with me, this flannel is blending in with the white background all of a sudden for some weird reason. So I'm gonna flicker a little bit, so don't worry about it too much. It's nothing to worry about. So I'm watching this movie, and then I always thought it was weird too, because the main character other than Link is, in my opinion, is Dave, and Dave's kind of left off of the poster here because this is probably like the most iconic poster thing for Encino Man, which is Brendan Fraser and Pauly Shore. So why Dave's not on it, I don't know. So I'm watching this, and then I'm thinking past this. I'm like, okay, so what happens next? So you always see these movies where they're at, like prom, and prom is always at the later part of the school year, right? Could be winter, could be kind of, going into spring. So I've always thought it was funny because like with something like this, these guys still have probably 2 to 3 months left of school before they graduate. So I'm thinking, all right, what is next for these guys? So you got Dave, who at the end doesn't essentially get any revenge on the bully. That's kind of Link's area, who beats up Matt. But he ends up throwing the big party at his house, ends up getting the girl that he wanted, which was Robin. So it's like, what does school life look like for him past the events in Encino Man? And that's a little weird because Robin is such, I guess, technically a higher status of person at the school. I think the rest of it plays out okay. I think he still has problems with Matt. Matt seems like that type of bully that doesn't let things go, and I don't think he was gonna let any of this go. I think Matt still kind of messes with him a little bit moving forward, but because he's got to watch Dave and Robin walk around like a new couple, so I think that's gonna bug him, and I don't think that it ends right there for Dave and Matt. So that's kind of where I saw that going for Dave, and then maybe something else as I'm talking it out. As far as Link. Now, Link, obviously, it's funny how things can happen in the 90s as opposed to now. So, Link shows up out of nowhere. Obviously, he's a caveman. I'm guessing they're assuming he's teenage age at this point. Like, you never really specify how old he actually is. So, they stick him in school saying he's, a cousin, and then they just let at that. Okay, cool. He's a student in this school now. So, same thing. Moving past the events of this, at the end, we see his cave wife or something, his cave woman girlfriend or wife, whatever it technically are. I guess back then, they're a couple. She's got popped back up, so they find her in the bath, they clean her up. So what happens with these two going forward? Like, do they take off? Do they stick her in high school for the next couple months until they graduate? Because I'm pretty sure they're seniors in this. So even so, like, what do they do with Link and his girlfriend? Or like Link's been in school for for a little bit. He hasn't really learned anything because he's got a caveman brain, essentially. So clearly, I don't think he graduates, right? Like, do you stick him in adult school or something? Like, what happens to him past the events of this? Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm guessing he gets his girl, and I bet they just kind of take off and go live. Like, or maybe they stay and live with Dave. Like, I don't know. Like, his parents were okay with Link for a bit, so I don't know about Link and his girlfriend if that's gonna work. So more than likely, I bet they take off and just try to go live off doing whatever they do. Probably something random. Like, at this point, I couldn't even guess what they would go off and do, the two of them. I would want to say maybe go off and live in the woods, back to kind of like what they were doing. But being the way it was back in the 90s like that, who knows if there was a sequel, what they had him up to or both of them up to. But I definitely think he takes his chick and they go, essentially. And then you got Stony, right? That's his name. Stanley, which is what Dave's parents say. Hello, Stanley. But this is where you see Pauly Shore, prime Pauly Shore. You started doing his, weird noises and the hand gestures like that. That was just him throughout the 90s like that. That was Pauly Shore. So, again, what happens with him after this? Obviously, him and Dave and Link are kind of like, the new cool guys on the block. So, it's what happens with him post this. Again, like with the last couple months of school showing up, what does that look like for him? I think same thing with Dave. I think they just enjoy their newfound popularity, and then they graduate high school, and then move on to whatever they were doing. I don't remember. I know they kind of talked about college for a little bit in the beginning of the movie, but Stoney, I don't know. He probably ends up going to college and doing something. Who knows? Maybe Stoney's really. How am I forgetting his name? The character he plays in. Why am I drawing a blank on Son-in-Law? Maybe that's him, right? He goes to college for 7 years, becomes an RA. But yeah, no, I think Stoney goes to college and probably just becomes a party guy, and who knows what happens from there. Like, I don't know if they all end up at the same college or not, but I definitely think that he goes off and becomes party guy at the college. After that, you got a couple secondary characters, like Matt, the bully. What happens with him? I see him not letting this go. I think the last couple months he's trying to probably get back at Dave, get back at Link. Probably tries to win Robin back a little bit. Who knows? Like, I could see that being a little bit of a problem. Like, I don't see him just walking away from all this and taking his lumps and being, oh well. But other than that, like I said, it's a good little cast. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, like I said, please just do yourself a favor and go watch it. You also have I don't want to say, maybe like a light cameo from Key Quinn, is he pronounce his name? Who was also in Goonies with Sean Astin. Also is having a great career now, starting to win awards and everything. His little second act with his acting career has gone really well. So, we're all happy for him that he's picked up and gotten some fame that he needed to, because he had a lot of fame as a child actor. So now he's having it as an adult actor. So that's very good for him. But again, so if you guys have seen this as many times as I have, let me know if I missed anything that you guys think I missed. But comment down below. Thanks for watching. And again, stay tuned for part 2 in my 4-week saga for Pauly Shore. Thanks, guys.